What's up, everybody? I am doing a podcast with the pressure coming from all angles and all different people. I have been pressed to do a podcast for the first time in my life. Not really a podcast type of girl. I rather write stuff. But I think now is the time to finally put my words into audio, right? Make them come to life for some people. So basically, what I want to talk about today is life. I want to talk about life and I want to talk about gambling. When you think about it, life itself is a gamble, right? You put your life on the line every single day by doing stuff as innocent as eating, like taking prescription drugs, driving a car, even walking across the street. So the funny thing is that what we recognize as safety is actually an illusion. Everything that you do to live puts your life in danger. So that means literally every decision that you've made up until this point in your life has been a gamble of some sort. Even if it comes to, eating that chicken last night, right? You could have choked and died. True story. So when you think about it, risk taking is not necessarily a bad thing in and of itself. It's an important part of being alive. So I guess the focus of my talk today will be 6 situations where you should never hesitate to risk your life. So situation number 1 is when you're investing in yourself. Success is to most people what profit is to most businesses. Every successful business owner will tell you that they were only able to reach their business goals after putting in a certain amount of time, monetary resources, and energy into their crafts. Ain't no way around it. So why is it that more of us don't apply the same model to our personal lives and invest in ourselves? How can we expect to make a profit without an investment? There's no such thing as an overnight success. And if you really want to accomplish something, then you'll have to put in the work. Work, right? You can start small if you have to. Each day, dedicate a certain number of minutes to the pursuit of your goals. Even if you don't have all of the resources at the moment, just making definitive plans or doing research is a step in the right direction. Putting pennies towards your deepest desires on a consistent basis will eventually yield your wildest dreams. But rather than stop at loose change, set your price to whatever you want it to be and ignore anybody who tells you that your price is way too high. You need to cut it. Cut it, right? Tell them that you are worth every cent and eventually you might be worth more than 50 before you declare bankruptcy, of course. But at the end of the day, if you don't spin the wheel and invest in yourself, who will, right? Who can you invest to do so? Situation number 2, when you are getting fly. Everybody likes to look good. Fashion is one of the ways that our souls communicate with the world. But your outer appearance is simply a mirror of your inner state. So why not dress up your dreams and make your ambitions look as fresh as your outfit does? Tattoos, piercings, certain hairstyles, nearly everything that you do to express yourself involves taking a risk. Getting your tongue pierced means that you risk not being able to taste anything for the rest of your life. You can kill the nerves. Allowing your little sister to do your hair means you risk not having any edges for the next 3 months. Going up on a Tuesday means that you risk not being able to stay awake in class on Wednesday or at work, right? Yet we do it anyway because we believe that the potential risks are worth the payoffs. Your dreams are no different. Risk leaving behind your life as you currently know it in order to get fly and take flight. Leave the ground and never look back. Accept the risk that comes with your wings and soar into your greatness. Situation number 3, when your voice is not being heard. Have you ever noticed that no 2 people's voices are exactly alike? The reason for this is simple. Your voice is the most powerful tool that you have, and we are all born with our own unique power. Now, with power comes responsibility, so be sure to speak your truth at all times. And most importantly, say something that will leave a positive imprint on the souls of others. Even if people don't appear to be paying attention at the moment, you never know when your wisdom may save someone's life. Being fully in touch with your voice and your power means having the freedom to express yourself in every aspect of your life, be it at work, home, school, or in personal relationships. Contrary to popular belief, holding your tongue for the benefit of others is usually counterproductive to everyone involved in the long run. Actually, in most situations, swallowing your words only diminishes your truth and withholds valuable knowledge from the world. Because we are all dealers of our own destinies, we must ensure that the domino effects of our words are setting off positive consequences. Right? Never hesitate to risk your life to speak up for what's right and to reclaim control of your own destiny. Offering our opinions about what celebrities are doing is something that we do on a regular basis, right? TMZ, anybody? So why not use our voice to challenge those who can actually make a difference in our lives? These people that you're watching on TV, they probably don't care about you, and they really can't make a difference in your day-to-day life. Politicians can, right? Lawmakers can. These movers and shakers, they can. It's essential that we tell those whom we have elected to represent us what we want and don't want. Voting isn't something to be taken lightly. In fact, voting is a right that wasn't always afforded to everybody in the United States. White women have only been able to vote since about 1920, and less than 60 years ago, it was common for black people to risk being evicted from their homes, fired from their jobs, and even killed, simply for exercising their right to express their political preferences. This happens today too, y'all. Don't sleep. Back then, though, it was much safer to simply remain silent, yet many of our grandparents realized that using their voice was a risk worth taking. After all, what is the point of being alive if you don't exercise your power and speak your truth? Call your own shots and amplify your voice in every way possible. Situation number 4, when your goals and dreams are at stake. We hear a lot about dreams, right? Everybody's talking about dreams. But what few people realize is just how essential they are at keeping us alive. It's so easy to assume that since we can't necessarily touch, see, hear, or smell our dreams, that they shouldn't be a priority in our day-to-day lives, right? They're not whining, they're not buzzing like a phone, they're not beeping, there's no alert for your dreams, right? They're not begging to be fed like a kid, they're not peeing on your feet like a dog or something, I don't know. They're just there, right? They're silent, they're quiet. But thinking like this is a flawed assumption, considering the fact that oxygen, the one thing that's keeping us all alive right now, is just as invisible to our senses as are our dreams. Think about that for a second. The meaning of life is to make life meaningful. So simply working long hours and buying fancy items will not satiate your soul, which is why you have these, corporate CEOs who are on a quest to make more and more and more money. It's never enough at the expense of others. Why? Why are they never satisfied? Well, yes, capitalism is one thing, but also they're empty. They make another million, and it's never enough. That it doesn't replace what they are missing at the soul level. The purpose of your life is to pursue your passions, not somebody else's. Even if you do nothing to advance your own goals, then on some level, you're actually helping someone else to achieve theirs. Maybe it's that corporate CEO. I don't know. Maybe you're working 12-hour shifts for a woman whose dream was to start her own company, right? But why not put that same effort into yourself? Roll the dice and risk being your own boss. Risk gaining the world and then losing it all. Risk applying for a management position. Risk being told that you ain't qualified. Risk becoming certified in your field. Risk failing the exam and having to retake it. Risk having to start the entire process all over again. So what? Some things are better the second time around anyway. Like leftover chicken and pizza. Be ready to answer when your dreams call, even if that means you gotta get 2 phones, one for your hopes and one for your goals, right? Pursue your ambitions as though your very life depends on it, because it does. All right, situation number 5. When you need to reignite your hope in the world. With our 24-hour news cycle, it can seem like only bad things are happening in our world, and they're happening non-stop. Watching the local news alone can often create a sense of utter hopelessness. But one glance around the room, any room of college graduates or any place of progress, right? A library, any place of progress, a church, in the absence of news cameras, right, is proof that the good news doesn't always get reported. If you went to college, there was no news cameras in your, classroom. You go to church, ain't no cameras there. Elementary schools, where all of the hope begins, ain't no cameras there, right? But that's proof that the good news doesn't get reported. Good things happen every day. You don't hear about those things. Despite all of the negative events that happen in the city, in our area, across America, throughout the world, the sun still shines and birds still sing and flowers still grow in even the most blighted neighborhoods. And I know that very well. No matter how bad a situation may appear, there is always hope. This is especially true when it comes to our personal circumstances. When it seems like nothing in your life is working, keep trying anyway, if only for the fact that you have nothing else to lose. Bet on black, always, and never allow anyone to tell you that there is no hope. Hope is what keeps our spirits alive during the rough periods. There is always, always, always hope. Which brings me to the 6th and final situation in which you should always risk your life. It's when you're running out of time. What happens to a dream deferred? Does it dry up like a raisin in the sun, or fester like a sore and then run? This question has been lingering on the minds of the multitudes since Langston Hughes first inquired over 60 years ago. We still don't know the answer. But the fact remains that time waits for no one, and even our dreams eventually become impatient. The clock is ticking. You're getting older, maybe your health isn't what it used to be, or your financial situation isn't as strong as you would like. So what? Don't risk losing what you have now while you wait for things to get better in the future. Pick up the cards that you've been dealt, shuffle as necessary, and play the game with the full intention of creating your own someday. Work towards becoming the dealer of your own destiny so that you can become the person that you were born to be. Your greatness awaits. So to close out this podcast, what I'm asking you to do today, what I'm asking you to do every day, is to risk your life. Risk failure, risk defeat, risk depression, risk ridicule, risk losing it all. But be reminded that in doing these things, you will also risk success, hope, wealth, happiness, and achieving your wildest dreams. When the stakes seem too high, remember that you are just as likely to succeed as you are to fail. I would like to leave you with a quote, which I think sums up everything that I've said pretty nicely. The most dangerous risk of all is the risk of spending your life not doing what you want on the bet that you'll be able to buy yourself the freedom to do it later. As long as you're breathing, the odds of success are always in your favor. And that's something I'm willing to bet on. Thank you very much. Have a good day. Go out there, risk your life. You're doing it anyway. You are doing it anyway, whether you're aware of it or not. So it might as well be on your own terms. Peace, love, happiness, people. Take care.